Welcome to That's Good for Footy.
Forget about the heartbreaks, the agony and heartaches. You give it up for the game's sake, and that's good for footy. Forget about the heartbreaks, the agony and heartaches. You give it up for the game's sake, and that's good for footy. And this is what you pray for, every night and every day for. You give it all, then you give more. That's good for footy.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Wow. Huge crowd. Love it. Nice to see all those smiling faces looking up this way. You're probably pretty excited to see these two, yeah? I'm pretty pumped as well. They're looking good out the back. Looking very handsome, ladies. All right, so let's not get too carried away. Let's just have a bit of fun. Welcome to That's Good for Footy, the only live and interactive footy panel show going around where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans. These shows are for the passionate supporters, the shows which allow you to see the players be themselves. I'm ready, let's go. What do you reckon, yeah? All right. Collingwood show, October the 18th. Please welcome to the show. He is our first panellist. He was born on the 9th of February in 2000. He's played a total of 65 games and he has kicked a total of 67 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2019. When he plays for the Collingwood Football Club, he wears a premiership medal around his neck. Yeah. And he also wears the number 23 on his back. Could you please welcome to the stage Norm Smith medalist Bobby Hill.
Good old Collingwood forever. They know how to play the game. Side by side they stick together to uphold the Magpies' name. See the barricades are shouting as all barricades should. Oh, the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old.
There you go. Well done. Thank you, everyone. How exciting is that? How beautiful is that smile? Huh? Everyone's lost it. Bobby, welcome to the show. How's that feel when you walk out to a reception like that?
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Very welcome.
We did a show back on, I think it was back in June, mid-year. It was freezing. I can remember that. You were saying, you obviously we're trying to adjust to the climate. And I went, it's not always like that. And then we get a day like this today.
It's perfect.
Bring it on. It is perfect. Let's get our second panellist out here. It'll make the panel perfect. Please welcome to the show our second panellist. He was born on the 15th of January 2000. He has played a total of 85 games and kicked a total of 3 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2019. When he plays for the Collingwood Football Club, he also wears a premiership medal around his neck and the number 3 on his back. Please welcome to the stage, Isaac Quaynor.
Good old Collingwood forever. They know how to play the game. Side by side they stick together to uphold the Magpies' name. See the barricades are shouting as all barricades should. Oh, the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old Collingwood.
All right. Well done. Two of the most handsome-looking devils from the Collingwood Football Club. Isaac, I wanted to ask you, what's that feel like when you walk out to that? That must feel bloody awesome.
Yeah, tell you what, there's plenty of people here, so it's always good to see so many faces, and I tell you what, I never get sick of listening to that song.
It's been playing on repetition, though. I know no two ways about that. First thing I wanted to say to you, when you boys walked out and you had to, down at AIA, and you walked out and you presented to the crowd, 10,000 odd people out there in the audience. What was that emotion like for you?
Yeah, that was unbelievable. It was like a sea of people and people screaming, and you could just tell how much it meant to so many people, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, and what did it feel like for you, Bobby?
Yeah, unbelievable.
Surreal.
It's what we've got the best crowd in the AFL, so it's unbelievable.
Have now, absolutely. Let's talk about it, boys. I want to go into it with you, so feel free to, indulge in any way that you want. The Pies, 7-1-4 finals experience. 7 points over Melbourne, 1 point over GWS, and 4 points over Brisbane. Yeah. To become the 2023 AFL premiers. excuse me, around one round, this great interesting understanding under Fly that his first 50 games, you won by under 15 points. That's just absolutely amazing. So the first 50 games as a coach, you had 15 wins under 10 points. That's phenomenal. Basically, what I'm going on to allude to there is it just shows you there's so much belief in the playing group. You enhance that in any way you want?
Nah, you've said it pretty well, but I think, yeah, we always seem to find a second gear and a gear that not many other teams have when we're down. And we seem to enjoy these close wins, and thankfully we're on the good side of a lot of those single point deficits. Sorry. So I know a lot of the Magpie Army, I'm sure your hearts would have been pounding a fair bit over the last 2 years, but it could always be worse. We could be losing a lot of them. We're actually winning a lot, so it works out well.
Let's go with that. Absolutely. Yeah. The belief you have comes in two forms. One is the game plan, and the other is the game style and the systems. It's the little things that you guys do, like a spoil, a tackle, a smother, or a shepherd. Applying pressure on the ball carrier and at the contest. You're all good around each other. You all get around each other. You congratulate one another, you support one another. What a feeling, what's the feeling like, and how evident it is you as players, it says so that in your song, Side by Side. You're resolute, you do everything together. You get around, you support each other. What's it feel like for you, Bobby, coming to that kind of club, that atmosphere?
Yeah, like I said, it makes you feel welcomed, and knowing you've got, the boys got your back if you do, like, a little spoil or a little tackle or just something like that, and then coming into, on a Monday, you don't know if we win or lose, but everyone's still smiling and just making the place better. And I'm very lucky to be here, and very grateful as well to be alongside these boys and call these boys my brothers. So it's good.
Yeah, but please feel free. That support that you give one another on the field, though, it's exemplary. It just shone through all year. I'm going to put these on because I want to actually get all that to make sense. What makes the cohesion and the buy-in? Where does it come from? The coach, the players, good management, support staff? What is it? What can you pinpoint it?
Yeah, it's probably a mixture of all those things. I think there's no doubt about that since Fly's come in, the group's really meshed together, and I feel like you guys would be able to see it. There's genuine care between the playing group. We try to bring the fans along as much as we can. And I think that's something that not many other teams either can do or have done in the past. And I think we spoke about all year about the Magpie Army being a 19th man, and we really felt that every week that we had an upper hand against our opposition because there was so many people, on our side. So yeah, it's a mixture of all those things, but I'd say Fly's right up there in those reasons. Yeah. Okay,
with you, Bobby, obviously wanting to come to Collingwood. Well, when the trade obviously happened for you, the support that you got from the club from within. Tell us what that's been like for you. What's that journey been like for you?
Yeah, it's been very. When I first came, it was pretty easy to come because I knew I had Q here next to me, and then a couple of other boys I knew. But like Fly's, when he would have first come to the club, the way he brought everyone in together to make me feel welcome, make my family feel welcome. It is a family club, and it feels that way. Yeah. You can bring your little ones into the footy, into the change rooms, or all the boys are just mingling with the kids, and it's unbelievable, and it makes me feel so much at home. So
good. Exactly the way you want it to. You're most likely and acutely aware that you guys have all formed something that everyone in every footy club tries to and aspires to achieve in their success, and that's a bond. A bond shared through success, and one that will be with you 10, 20-year reunions. This will be carried with you for the rest of your life. And again, to both of you, I say congratulations on achieving your dream. Tell us, what's the feeling been like amongst the group since the win? What have you boys been up to? And we know Mad Monday, and we know that there's been some other events, but put it in your words.
Well, there's been a fair bit of partying and enjoying ourselves, and being with friends and family as well. I think that's been really important. But I think for a lot of us, it's like I was just chatting to Bobby. Like for me, it still kind of feels a bit surreal. Yeah. when I look over at my desk and I see the medal dangling,
Wow.
I'm like that's something that you dream of your whole life. So I think a lot of the boys are in the same boat. A lot of the boys are actually abroad, or some of the boys are in Italy and Fiji, and so they're all just enjoying it with their people. But I think, I'm keen for all the grand final reunions for years to come. That's for damn sure.
Absolutely. It's something you'll look on most likely at the end of your career, and you guys will be able to come back together again and reminisce. But that is such a special bond to have, something that you've now going to be able to share in, as I said, for the next 10, 20 years and for the rest of your life. There are so many people behind the scenes, fitness staff, medical staff, dietitians, line coaches. It takes all these people and more to get you up each week. How important are all these things for your personal development?
Yeah, very important. They're the ones that's behind the scenes and of us, going out there each week and putting our bodies on the line. But I don't think we'd be in those positions if it wasn't for the medicals or dietitians or just all the coaching and ourselves as well. But yeah, they're a massive part, and they're obviously a massive part. So it's good.
Tell us what goes on behind the scenes from your point of view, Isaac, when we talk about the people that you need. Those support staff, the dietitians, the fitness people, the people that probably don't get the accolades that they should.
Yeah, well, firstly, there's so many of them, and they're all kind of faceless to the public, and to us boys, they're massive parts of how we're able to achieve success. Whether it's seeking out the dietitian to help you with your diet, give you a bit more of a plan, or it's your physio. You've got a tight hammy, and he works through your hammy, and you feel better for it, and you can train and get more out of yourself. These are the things that people don't see, and often all those support staff, or not often, all the time, they don't really get much credit for it. No. But I think that's definitely something at Collingwood that we do really well, is that once a week we come together and we'll often give feedback as players to staff, and positive feedback, which makes them feel good about themselves. And I think that's something that all workplaces should do.
For sure. Let's talk about sacrifice. The sacrifice you make to follow your dream. It's a journey that everyone close to you goes on with you, your friends, your family. How special is it now for you to be able to share in this win with them? And I really speak of you, because let's talk about that. Talk about all the people that you've been able to go on this journey with, and now that you've been successful, you've won the flag. Tell us what it's like getting around them.
Yeah, massive. Obviously, my mum and dad moved away from them 6 years ago now to go to Giants, and then got the trade to come to Melbourne. Especially my partner as well. Moving away from family was a very big one for me. When I first got drafted, it was pretty hard and got homesick at times, but was out there chasing my dream, and that was to obviously potentially win a grand final, and got the fresh start to come to Collingwood, and very grateful for that. And to make these new friendships and bring my family along, it's unbelievable, and it's been a big
What's
part.
it been like? What's the most special thing that you've been able to embrace and enjoy with your direct family, your child, obviously, and your partner? What's the experiences that you've been through with them?
Yeah, obviously it was the grand final, having the little one run around on the ground.
How good was that?
It was unbelievable, and obviously he would have known too much of it, but to have that and have photos I've seen, looking back at that, in 10, 20 years when he's a bit older, to talk about that would be unbelievable.
That's brilliant. Tell us about the journey for you. Obviously, I've seen photos. You had your brothers there. You come from a rather large family. Tell everybody about what your experience has been and how they've been able to go on the ride with you.
Yeah, so I was lucky enough to have my three brothers, mum, dad, and my three childhood best mates come to the game. So that was really special to be able to share it with them. I got to kind of get a few photos and share a few minutes with my mates just actually while they were in the crowd.
Yeah.
And saw my dad as well. And then after that, in the change rooms, got to see mum and my brothers, and that was a really special moment. I think they were all super proud. And then I've got another 4 step siblings and another 2 half siblings. So, I've taken the medal home, and everyone's kind of had a hold and a feel. And especially my little brother, who's my half brother, he's pretty pumped with it. and was showing photos to all his mates when he was back at school. So
Perfect.
he's got the bragging rights for this year. That's for damn sure.
Very nice show and tell, that one, absolutely. I reflect back because over 2021, even parts of 22, those flags that were won, both for Melbourne and the circumstance was they weren't able to share it with anyone. Geez, we weren't even able to go to the pub to watch it. We weren't even allowed to have friends over. You guys got to experience it, have family out in the ground, take them down into the change rooms. Have they been on the whole journey through the last celebration, week and a half, 2 weeks? They've been there for that as well?
It's basically once the game was done, we had a dinner with friends and family who were invited, and then basically the rest of the celebrations were either with just the boys or the boys and partners mainly. But I mean, everyone's kind of gone back to if their family's living in Melbourne or have had time, have gone back and been able to share it with their people. And
you've been back home as well, Bobby?
Not yet.
No.
I will be I think it's next month, so should be good to go take the medals back. And
are you expecting to be swarmed and swamped by people at the airport and also at home? What's the circumstance going to be?
Maybe back home when I get back down to Northern.
Yeah.
I've got a fair few nieces and nephews and a lot of kids there that I watched play footy this year, and it should be good and get back there and it'll be good.
How exciting, I like it. All right, tell us about your pre-match day routine. Was it business as usual? Where was your head at when you woke up? Was the game the first emotion or thought that you had when you opened your eyes?
For me, I actually had a really good sleep leading into the game, which I was pretty surprised about. I was expecting to kind of be tossing and turning for a bit. And then I just went on with my usual game day routine, which is my housemate and I go to our local cafe, I get a chili scramble, and then I go home and watch YouTube for a couple hours, and then I go to the club and jump in the pools, and it's game time. It was pretty cruisy. It actually flew. So pretty cruisy for me.
What about you, Bobby? What was the experience like for you?
It was no nerves. I think more nerves was when we played against Giants, the old team. Obviously wanted to beat them, and once that was done, I think obviously it's just one more game left, and I wasn't too nervous. Obviously, just stuck to my routine, went for a walk, tried staying off my feet, but I couldn't because the little one kept running around and wanted to kick the footy and whatnot. But other than that, got to the footy club and I was just pretty much being a pest in the change rooms and joking around. And then once it was game time, it was
So again, it was business as usual. Nothing felt like any different for you. It was just another day. Well, that's great. Speaking of rituals or routine, you boys had a handshake routine prior to the game, which I noticed. Can you do it for us now?
We haven't done it for a while. We're going to be a bit rough.
Let's have a look at it. Cool. All right, there you go.
There you go.
Thank you. I saw that one and I thought, that's not bad. I wanted to find out about that. I also, we had a show here on October the 5th and we had Brodie Myercheck and Jack Crisp on the show. And I asked Brodie, I said, you and Bobby have got a little thing that you do and it involves that. Can you explain that? And he said, I've got no freaking idea. Could you share it with me?
I'm the exact same, but I just go either if I kick the goal and I do that to him, it's just either your goal's coming next, like we're calling for a goal, or either that. But that's about it. Nothing too special.
All right, okay. Well, he said the same thing, but it's basically calling for a goal. Yeah, all right, I like that. Talk to us about the emotion of the week. It's a balance between keeping it real and obviously, soaking it all up. Tell us about the parade. What was that emotion like for you? Been driven around the streets of Melbourne, sitting in the back of a ute? It
was unbelievable experience, something I will obviously cherish for the rest of my life, having my little one with me on the back of the ute. I remember in 2019 when Giants made it, and obviously I was emergency, but seeing the older boys with their kids was something I wanted to do, and to do that at a young age now, it's something I would cherish, and I'll look back on that and always have a smile on that.
Fabulous. Tell us about your experience in the back of the ute.
Yeah, it was. I haven't really looked into grand final parades too much over the years, and it was absolutely unbelievable. The amount of people that were there, going absolutely bananas. Honestly, I felt like a bit of a rock star for a little bit there. When I was with Oleg Markov, who's a bit of a cult hero, and people were chanting the chant that they do for Oleg, and it was so cool. And I had my brothers and my mum there as well at the end, and that was pretty special. So no, it was an unbelievable day. I remember being freaking drained by the end of it. I don't know about you, but I was gassed because there was just so much going on, so much stimulus. But yeah, an unbelievable experience.
Brilliant. Well done to both of you. Go on a little bit further than that. Open training sessions. You had, 3, I think, over the duration. Every time you walk out, there's just more and more people. It's getting deeper. Next thing you're seeing Ferris wheels and hot dog stands, and it was a carnival. What was open training like?
You could smell the chips as well, which was pretty good.
That didn't help, did it?
Nah, I kept staying on that one side, trying to not move. But no, it was unbelievable. Like I said, that's something I'll cherish again, and hopefully we can keep doing that in many years to come, and have our fans out there and the support you've had all year, and to have everyone there. Well, not everyone, but it was unbelievable to have so many people there to watch train.
Isaac, when you come out, you come out of the change rooms, you're at training, and you walk out and you see that many people, you just can't help but smile.
Yeah, genuinely. I think that's you hit it on the head yet again. It's just one of those moments I feel like as a kid you dream of, and then to kind of be living it, it's just hard to wrap your head around. Yeah. And the Magpie Army always show up. Rain, hail or shine, there's 5,000 to 10,000 people just to watch us train for an hour. Like, it's just nuts.
How good's that? I asked you, I alluded to the fact about how did you sleep. How did you sleep the night before, Bobby? Were you cool, calm, collected?
Yeah, it's cool, calm, collected.
No drama?
I was fine. I think just kept going to the toilet, a bit hydrated, but other than that, I was fine.
That's great. Awesome. Atmosphere in the change rooms, boys. Tell us about that. How did you get to the ground? And when you went into the change rooms, do you get into your routine? Like, what was the process for you? Getting to the ground and then in the change rooms?
Yeah, so getting to the ground, we were lucky enough to have buggies hired.
Yep.
So we went in groups of like 5 or 6 on buggies.
How cool is that? Just doing the Queen wave?
Yeah, and it was pretty cool. For the grand final, we actually went under, what's it called? I don't even know. John Cain maybe, or one of those
John
arenas.
Cain Arena, yep.
And then went
Or
through. So
Vodafone.
it felt pretty cool. It was like NBA-like almost a little bit. It was pretty cool. So that was how we got there, and then... what was the next part of the question? I went on a tangent.
It's all right. When you arrived in the change rooms, just go about your normal routine. What was the vibe like?
Yeah, everything was pretty cruisy, I'd say. Like, everyone was, having a joke around. We keep things pretty chill before the game. Yeah. Everyone has their own individual routines, and there was some interferences with that because of the entertainment stuff, so it kind of made things a little bit jumbled. But everything was as normal as ever, to be honest. Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about the national anthem. It always gives goosebumps, regardless. You're hearing it. You're lined up. You know you're about to play the biggest game of your life. Tell us about the national anthem. How does that make you feel when you're hearing that?
Yeah, I can't even explain it, because it's like, I don't know, you watch a grand final every year over the last 23 years, and I feel like that's the moment that every year I just look at that and I go, I want to be part of that so bad.
Oh, how good's that?
And yeah, I remember just looking around on the area that I was facing, and to just see not one seat available, like, it's just like, this is unbelievable.
How bloody good is that?
I just had to soak it in and then try and put on a bit of a show.
Yeah. Tell us, where was your focus, Bobby? You were there, the national anthem's being played. What are you doing?
I was just obviously looking around and just couldn't believe that there's only 2 teams left, and that's everyone wants to be in that position. And I was standing, obviously, I think, Jamie Elliott, and when the camera come past, he tickled my ear and I smiled pretty much. But I couldn't stop pinching myself, looking at the opposition and looking at the crowd. It's like, far out, like, we're here, and it's the last game and something we all wanted to be a part of, and we got the chocolates in the end. So
did you? Yeah, chocolates and more. Post-match celebrations. I saw you, siren goes, you start running for the boundary, and then all of a sudden you like shoot off that way. Did you know where you were going or what you were doing?
No, I've actually seen Geordie and Jamie run that way, so I followed them, and I was like...
Where are we going?
They're not looking at me, so I'm going somewhere else. And then first person I seen was Guinea, so that was, it was pretty good. And it was...
Touchy subject, sorry about that.
No, I still love him.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he was the first person. Then my legs were dead, so we both fell over, and that's all I remember.
Just pure elation,
Yeah.
though, Bobby.
Yeah.
Isaac, post-match celebrations for you. Where are you running? Who did you see? Who was the first person?
Yeah, I was similar. I was kind of in the middle of the ground by myself. So
okay.
I started running. The first person I could see was Nick. So I started running at him, but he just collapsed on the ground. And then Josh was coming over, and I was kind of like, I got to an awkward point where I could see Josh was going for Nick, and I was like, I'd probably let them have their little brotherly moment. So there's actually a photo of us. I'm kind of like on my knee, one knee like kind of off to the side a little bit, and they're like, so yeah, I wanted them to have their brotherly moment, and then
Sure.
I jump in.
How special, mate. All right. Let's talk about you, Bobby, if you don't mind, just to let me indulge for a minute. Bobby, you had a blinder. Was it a day where everything, and you just tell me, was it a day for you where everything just fell into place from the moment you woke up? We know it takes a lot of hard work and enormous sacrifice. Fate plays a hand in it as well, but sometimes so does luck. Did the day have elements of both fate and luck in it for you?
You can say that, yes. I think, obviously, I always play on that, we call it the fat side.
Yep.
We call it a train. So I'm always on that side during the year. Sometimes it never gets used.
Right.
So just that day I'd end up getting used, and everything was just coming my way. And I was lucky enough. My teammates was obviously kicking me the ball, and everything was just going to plan in my head. So
Did it just feel that way though? You know, sometimes when you get up and you stub your toe and then you go, oh, God, that hurt, and then you walk around the corner and you go to fill up your glass and, you overfill it and spills all over the floor and you go, oh, man, it's going to be one of those days. Did you have one of those days where you just woke up and you went, man, I'm going to be on today?
not really, no.
No?
I just woke up just to go out there and play my role, which is obviously tackle and, get my teammates involved. And
You did all of that, mate.
yeah, everything
You
just
were
worked out
absolutely
perfectly.
brilliant. Loved it. Bloody loved it. It wasn't just what you were doing with, what the end result was for you. It was how you brought all your other teammates into it, which is what I alluded to off the top about how you get round to each other and you applaud each other for each little, the hard ball get or the tackle that you do. It's just absolutely brilliant. I wanted to ask you, what about the weather? They say that sunshine releases serotonin in the brain, which is a natural endorphin released into the bloodstream. How much of a factor was the weather combined with the adrenaline? How much could you not stop yourself from smiling? I ask you because the weather, it was a beautiful day, gorgeous weather-wise. Did you just walk out and go, mate, this is just fantastic, I feel wonderful. The ground looked spectacular, that many people there. It was just absolutely brilliant. Did that play a factor in how good you felt from the day?
Yeah, potentially. I think it was one of those days where it was just everything just seemed to line up perfectly. There wasn't a breath of wind. I like the heat, so I was happy with some people probably say that's a bit hot to play football, but I was all for it, and I feel like it just all seemed to line up just perfectly. And of course on grand final day, it all pans out.
Well, that's what I thought, Bobby. Any feeling with you about the weather? Obviously, you would like that kind of weather.
Yeah, it feels like it's always good weather on a grand final, the ones I've seen, and maybe in the last couple of years. Way back, a couple was a bit cold and whatnot, but no, it was unbelievable. It's my type of weather I like playing in.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
You relished
fast.
in it, mate.
Me and Q would love it because it's quick and it was an unbelievable day. So.
I spoke with Jack when he was on the show the other week, and I said to him, how did you feel when you were kicking those goals? And he goes, you know what? There was just no breeze. And I went back and I went through my routine and I felt super confident and I just sailed it straight over the goal umpire's head. And it was one of those days, it was one of those games. It just brought everything to the table. Since the grand final, have both of you, have you been able to actually, have you watched the game? Have either of you seen the game?
A couple of times, but not really too, not sat down and watched it properly.
Okay.
So you see it
Just
every now and
glimpses
then.
here and there. Okay.
So,
Isaac, you?
If I was Bobby, I'd be watching that thing every day. I don't even really want to watch it because I was nowhere. But no, it has been on the Sunday after the game. It was on at one of their functions, and then it was on Mad Monday in the background. But I haven't sat down sober and actually watched it.
Yeah, right, good answer. I wanted to ask you, what's been your favourite moment sharing this win now with loved ones? What's been that? Where have you been? What have you done? Just that one moment that you've just gone, hey, this is surreal. It's unbelievable. I'm doing it with the people I love. Here we are. Where was that? What were you doing?
Oh, for me, it was pretty cool while I was actually on the ground to see Dad and my uncle and my two best mates.
Okay, so that was your moment?
That was probably, because that was so raw and so fresh.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are the chances of seeing them in a sea of, thousands of people? That's probably up there.
And yours?
Seeing Bobby run on the field and then running to me. Something I will cherish. And then I looked up in the stands and seen my mate, my dad, and my uncle, and my cousin was there as well. And then obviously my partner was there on the ground as well. And that was something, I'll cherish again.
Mate, love it. Absolutely beautiful. Can you recall Darcy's words in the huddle before the bounce? No. No idea what he was saying. No. Yeah, all right, cool. Let's talk Norm Smith, Bobby. You were seeing the ball and reading the play before it was even happening. You were cool, calm and collective. 4 goals, 2, 18 disposals, mark of the year contender, all in a grand final. Wow, what a day. Can you believe it? Wow. Talk about bringing your A game to a grand final. I mean, I read it out there, 4 goals, 2. You even gave Scott Pendlebury the opportunity to get his first goal in the grand final. Not only were you reading the play, you were dishing it off as well. It was just brilliant. I've already spoken about the fact that you wake up and just feel like it was something special, but you've alluded to the fact that I was just out there, I was doing it for the team and I was playing my part. So that would be it. That's it. We'll go with that. All right, I remember. I remember speaking to you back in June when I had you on the show last, and we spoke about your introduction to Collingwood, the Collingwood faithful. Round 1 against the Cats, you played in front of 80,000 plus fans. You had 10 disposals and three goals. Not a bad entree. I remember you saying it was like nothing you'd ever experienced before. I'd be suggesting that the experience you've just been through has been like something you've never experienced before as well.
Yeah, 100%. And to actually obviously win it and wearing that jersey, it's unbelievable. And to do it with a bunch of my best mates now, so it's great.
Yeah. How blessed do you feel that you got that trade? Let's be serious. You could have gone to Essendon. Huh?
Thank God.
Yeah. Thank God, he said. Yeah. Thank God. Sliding door moments. Now that you're a premiership player and a Norm Smith medalist, what a dream, mate. Seriously, congratulations, everyone. Put your hands together for him. Well done. Isaac, mate, congratulations to you coming from East Doncaster through Oakley under-18s, drafted as pick 13 in the 2018 draft. You have played 85 games now with the Pies. You have really cemented yourself in this team and are most deserving of the premiership medal you are now able to hang around your neck. How does it feel to be a premiership player, mate?
Yeah, it's still sinking in. It definitely means even more to kind of win it for the club I grew up barracking for as well. So. Okay. It's real dreams to reality type stuff for me. And
is it still like quite surreal for both of you to look at it and go, man, I am actually a premiership player for the Collingwood Football Club?
Yeah, 100%. I think I always look back at my journey, what I've accomplished and what I went through, and to childhood dream that comes true to not only get drafted but to win a premiership. And it's something you tick off your bucket list, and you want more, and that's something I'm striving for. And to win a grand final, it's unbelievable. Still pinching yourself. Yeah, and you're both pretty hungry for it. You want to get back out there and do it again. Yeah, I think definitely. Everybody here wants you to as well. Hey, what's next, boys? Time away? Any holiday plans? I know you just alluded to the fact that you will be going back to Perth at some stage. Isaac, you were alluding to the fact that you have been away. I just got back. Are you planning on doing anything else over this period, but leading up to Christmas, I suppose?
Well, I wish I was still in Bali, to be honest. So the sun there was beautiful, but potentially heading to Burleigh Heads or Byron Bay at some point. Yep. But yeah, we'll see. Over period. All right, and Bobby? Just Perth. Yeah, just Perth. All right, that'll do. Okay. Well, whatever it is, boys, relax, soak it up, enjoy it. Be safe, be well. Whatever you do, come back refreshed and get ready for another pre-season. How's it feel when I say those words? Scary.
get ready to do it all again. Please, ladies and gentlemen, could you put your hands together for both the boys? Well done, guys.
They know how to play the game. Side by side, they stick together.
All right, if you guys want to help them, if they buzz in and they don't actually know the answer, you can feel free because that can, we'll just see where it goes. Okay, here comes your first question. Get ready with your buzzers. Here we go. All right, here comes your first question. How many people attended the 2023? Tony.
100,024.
Spot on, there you go. Well done. Went a bit early, yeah, which is went a bit early, but yeah, well,
Got it right.
we're not criticising it. Yeah. Isaac's onto it. There we go. There's your first point. How many goals did the 2023 Norm Smith medalist kick? Brendan.
4.
4 it is. Well done. Who was the first goal scorer?
Tony.
Brendan.
Oh, Tony.
Nick Dacos.
Nick Dacos is correct. Well done. Who kicked a goal with 1 minute 36 left on the...
Tony.
Brendan.
Joe Danaher.
No. Do you want the rest of the question, Tony? Yes,
Yeah.
of course you do. Who kicked a goal with 1 minute and 36 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter?
Oh, in the first quarter.
In the first quarter. Got an answer for me?
Brody Mychek.
Brody Mychek is correct. Well done. Good girl. All right. Who went off the ground with HIA?
Tony.
Brendan?
Murphy.
That's correct. Nathan Murphy. Correct. What did the young kid say to Nick Dacos when he handed him his medal? Tony. Exact. I want verbatim, word for word.
I'm so proud of you. No.
No. Brendan.
Brendan?
You should be so proud.
So close.
There you go. Well done. There's the points. Who kicked a goal after the siren in the first
Tony.
Tony.
Really? Geordie?
Geordie is correct. Geordie DeGoey. Who kicked a goal after the siren in the first quarter from outside 50 to put the Pies 10 points up? Jordan DeGoey. You're 13 down in the second with a little over 7 minutes left on the clock. Who marked and goal from outside 50 for the Pies?
Tony.
Tony?
What?
Tony?
Jack Chris?
Jack Crisp is correct. Well done. Nice. I like it. All right. You might need some help here as well, Brendan. All right, let's see where we go.
Buzzing in too early.
Here we go. Here's your next question. Who kicked the ball to Bobby Hill for him to take mark of the day and subsequent goal? Brendan.
Jeremy Howe.
Jeremy Howe is correct. Score-wise, what are we looking at? 4-5. All right. Who put you in front with a goal after the siren at the
Tony.
halftime break?
The Geordie again?
Who?
Geordie?
Brendan.
No, you'd be wrong. Brendan?
Crisp.
Jack Crisp is correct. All right. Look at this. 5-5. There's 5 minutes 31 left on the clock in the last quarter. What happens?
Brendan.
Brendan?
Nick Dacos handballs to Geordie to go. He kicks a goal.
No. Tony?
Charlie Cameron?
Charlie Cameron kicked a goal. That's it. She's doing so well. How's Bobby? Bobby's just reading the sheet and telling her the answers. How good's that? Yeah, look at that. Someone wants to win. I like it. Not competitive at all, are you, Bobby? All right. Let's go this way. All right. 14 seconds later, the Pies are back in front off a goal from who?
Brendan. Jordan Goey.
Jordan Goey, correct. Well done. What are we looking at? 6 versus 6. Oh. There is a mark on the wing and a 50-metre penalty paid. Who goes on to kick one of the biggest...
Tony. Steele.
Still side bottom. One of the biggest goals in his career. Actually, it was a 50-metre penalty, but he actually kicked it from 85, so that was bloody good. Which Collingwood player kicked 2 goals and had 25 disposals in his 214th consecutive game of football? Brendan.
Jack Crisp.
Jack Crisp is correct. 7-7. 2 questions to go. Wow. What was the last thing Bobby Hill said after accepting his Norm Smith medal? Word for word.
Tony.
Tony.
Up the...
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
This is rigged.
Yeah, he said up the pies, and was there anything else? Did you say? Woohoo! All right, okay, you got it anyway. What are we looking at? 7 versus 8. It's either going to be a tie or we've got a winner. What did Braden Maynard say after accepting his medal? Tony.
No cheating, Bobby.
That's a lot of woo,
What is it?
Woo, I don't know. He did a lot of that.
No. Brendan, you can...
I know he put his hands up and went, yeah!
No, he just goes, let's go! Right? So neither of you get the points, but we have a winner, don't we? Tony, there you go. You are simply the best. Well done. That was great. Hey, Brendan, well done, mate. There you go. You get to shake the boys' hands as well. You get that. You get a football, all right? Boys might even sign it for you over there later on for the autographs. Tony, you're a champion. I don't know whether I should be giving the prize to Bobby or you, but let's give it to you because you deserve it. It's it says in the case of an emergency, break the glass. It's a $100 gift card from Hamper World. All right, so you can go and get yourself a hamper. All right, well done. Congratulations. There we go. Simply the Best was proudly brought to you by Yamaha and the Big Picture People. They are the experts in home theatre technology. The Big Picture People are located in Hoppers Crossing, Clyde, North, South Rank, Cheltenham, Water Gardens and the Gold Coast. Well done, boys. That was very easy, very simple, and thanks for assisting Tony to get across. What I wanted to do was just let you know if you like being part of the live audience, because it's always better live, isn't it? Yeah. Well, we like to think so. If you're interested in coming to future shows, and I don't just mean the ones that are sold out, I'm talking about ones after that, you go to the website, get onto www.that'sgoodfooty.com.au/events. Next show, it's a Collingwood show, funnily enough, which is on Wednesday, November the 15th, with Tom Mitchell and Still Sidebottom, live from here, the Mulgrave Country Club. Then on Wednesday, the 22nd of November, we're heading to the Italian Sports Club in Werribee for our next post-grand final Collingwood show with Braden Maynard and Tom Mitchell, all right? Sorry, those tickets are sold out. I'd love to say, yeah, go and get your tickets, but it's sold out. Please, only book through That's Good Footy Facebook page and website links. Don't go anywhere else. I wanted to do now is just say, Robert filled in for Sam tonight, although Sam's here, which has been fantastic. Please put your hands together for Robert tonight, everyone. Thank you, mate. Great job. And while you're feeling that way, could you please thank Sandy? She runs around doing all that stuff on the floor. She's the floor, the door, and so much more. And that's what we love about her. Whilst you're feeling that way, I also just need to make you be aware, get onto the That's Good Footy Facebook page and you can go and sign up. So if you need to know when next Collingwood shows are, you'll get a text message that'll be sent through to you advising you of when that show is. So if you sign up there, it'll all come to you, which is no better than that. What I'd like to do now is ask you to be as beautiful as you can be. Put your hands together. You can stand up, you can clap, you can do whatever. Thank Isaac Quaynor and Bobby Hill. Fantastic. All right. No music, that'll do. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Love it. Well done. Well done. The boys are going to pick up their microphones. Is there anything you'd like to say to the crowd now that you've seen them, met them, and...
Oh, I'd just like to say it's a pleasure to meet you all, and thank you so much for the year. We definitely wouldn't have been able to, go all the way without the help of every single one of you. So, really nice to meet you all, and let's go again next year, eh?
Anything to say, Bobby, or...?
Get home safe and look after each other.
Oh, how nice. How beautiful is that? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby Hill, Isaac Quaynor. Thank you, everyone. My name's Damien. Thank you and good night. Cheers, everyone.